everybody, welcome back. I'm Jennifer. Today's going to be a stitch with me because I can't find I went to go do story time. That's usually today with the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, and guess what? The tablet is dead. I put it back there for Sky and he for little dude to charge, and I guess he forgot to put it on charge last night. So yeah, so we are going to do a stitch with me, and what I figured out I'm going to do is do stitch with me's when like I can't do the story time or something like that comes up and I can't record, you know, the videos that I have on the schedule. So anyway, so we are going to be working on Lavender Garden. Now I went searching for the picture of this and I can't find it. I had it over here. I had it over by my chair over the weekend because I was working on it over the weekend and I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. So there's really not much to show. I'm doing all the black right now at the very bottom top or bottom left of the page. So yeah, so y'all know what's going on today, so I'm just going to give you guys an update on life and everything. Okay, so because I restarted, those of you that are new, welcome. And if you like the channel and like the videos, please make sure that you hit the like button. And if you want to subscribe, you can hit the subscribe button and then hit the little bell that's down below. That will notify you of all the videos that will be coming up. So, well, life update, oh my goodness, let's see, mainly just been studying. I am still studying for my exam, and I had to go and retake, or I have to go back and retake it again, because the oh goodness, I failed the general portion because Maryland has two different parts to it, and I did not pass the general part. I passed the state part, but I didn't do the general. I couldn't pass the general part, so I've got to go back and retake it, and I have at least 6 months to retake it. So I'm studying to my heart's content, and I cannot retake it until I have the money. So I'm not trying to, like, you know, drive myself bonkers and burn myself out. So I'm doing a little bit at a time. So this morning I will do it, and then I will study some this morning or tonight, and that way, you know, I've done it and it's, you know, behind me for the day. And so life update, little dude is almost ready for school. We have 2 more weeks. We're not doing in person. He wanted to at one point, then he changed his mind. And he was kind of on the fence. So what is hanging down on me of this? I gotta cut this off. I have a thread back here that has been bothering me, and it's didn't realize that it was hanging there, so now I've got to cut it off. Okay, so he wanted to go. I'm going to, y'all are going to laugh at this. We went to take his school laptop back at the end of the year last year. And he, said he wanted to go. So then a couple of days later, he changed his mind and said that he wanted to do virtual again, which is through Apex, that is partnered with our school, our school board here in, I guess it's all through Maryland. So I filled the form out. Now, at the time, I really didn't think that, he was going to be able to do virtual. And I had told him, I said, just so you understand that if, you don't get approved or they say you can't, you will be going in person and you will be riding the bus. And he was like, okay. And he doesn't like the idea, but, he understood, okay, this is, in case I can't do virtual. And we were going on the assumption that he was going to be going in person. And I was like, okay, this is the deal. I haven't gotten any kind of email. I haven't, received a phone call, anything saying, he can, we have a spot for him. So he, today he was supposed to go to a doctor's appointment, and in between my stitch and chat video this morning to tell you all what's going on today and this video, he does not have the appointment today. They had to reschedule it. So it was kind of like, okay, so he wasn't thrilled that he was going to have to, because number one, he doesn't like shots. And he didn't want to go to the doctor, which, I totally get. But he doesn't like shots. And he's been having problems with his ankle. And I don't know what the deal is. He didn't sprain it. He didn't twist it. But anyway, long story short, he knew there was a possibility that he might not be in person, or that he might not be able to do virtual. And to be honest, like I said, he was on the fence. So now he's kind of, I think it's a big relief to him, because he just kind of like, okay. So we have everything, and it's kind of funny because he really doesn't need a whole lot. He just needs folders and paper, and I've got notebook paper out the butt. He's got pencils, and don't really need a whole lot. I just told him, this year, please make sure that we get, assignments. I mean, you guys can't see. I'm telling you. I'm trying really hard here, guys. First of all, I was going to use my lap stand. Well, it's not cooperating with me, so I'm using it to prop my Q-snap on. So anyway, he knows this last year was just kind of, I don't even know how to describe it. It was a big headache, but he enjoyed it, because there were a lot of things that were, kind of, I don't want to say would give me a bad, I don't, how do I put this? There are a lot of things that went against doing virtual last year. Number one, what in the world? I don't even know. Number one being that some of the teachers waited 3 or 4 days before they actually graded assignments. So say, for instance, he did an assignment on Tuesday. The teacher for that subject, which was history, didn't grade them right away. They're supposed, the way I'm understanding it, they're supposed to grade them within 3 business days. And some of them, that was one of our big things last year, because there were a lot of teachers that did not grade assignments within that time frame. And it caused little dude to, how do I put it? They would say that he was behind, or he didn't turn this in. And he and I would sit here hours. There were days that he and I would sit here and go through every single assignment that, they said that he didn't turn in. And it would be turned in, it would be submitted, but it wouldn't be graded. So, when they called me a couple weeks ago to tell me that, they had the spot, I informed the person in charge of the virtual this year. I said, look, granted, we like the structure of the, the virtual learning thing. And I said, but I have a complaint. And I told him, I said, some of these teachers that he had last year did not communicate. We had problems with that. And I said, not only that, some of the teachers did not grade assignments right away. And that would put him behind. And I've got cat hair, so bear with me. So it was really, really hard for little dude to, and, that was one of the, advantages that he was looking forward to, of going to in person, because he knew that if he turned in an assignment like on one day, a couple days, the next day or the day after, he would have the paper returned and it would be graded. So, hang on, guys. Okay, so there were, and he likes the homeschooling thing too. This was one of the advantages, because he didn't have to be in the Zoom classroom all day like he was when he was in 5th grade. Because when he was in 5th grade, when we all shut down for the pandemic, he was, this was the whole thing. This was every day. He would be in, from the time that school started at 8:15, 8:30 until 3 or 4 o'clock, he would be in Zoom. And, again, he had a couple of teachers that, I think, and I'm going to be honest, because I used to work in the school system, so I kind of get the whole, some of what, he's dealing with. There were some teachers that, were really, really, how do I put this? A little strict. There were, some that were a little more strict than others. And then there were some that, just didn't care. And so it gets, it gets hard. And it, like last year was, our first year with it. And he didn't have to be on there all day long. What it is, so, like, let's see, what's today? Tuesday. Like on Tuesdays, he would have a class, and it would be in the Zoom class, and it would be for, I don't know, 45 minutes at the most. And then, that would be it. And there'd be some days that he would have more than one class, more than one class in Zoom, but it would not be like right it wouldn't be all day. And they gave him time to do his, assignments during the week and so forth. And I think that, and it was just, there was a lot last year that he had to kind of, get used to. So this year, his father and I, even though his father doesn't live here, and he still, has some say over things, and he and I sat down and we discussed it along with Lil Dude. And I told him, I said, this can happen. I said, you've been approved. And I said, but, what you have it. And I said, and it's a choice. Well, I was kind of leaning toward him going back to school in person. And his father and I sat there and discussed it. And he was like, well, granted, Little Dude has had all his shots for COVID, the vaccine, and had his, booster and all that good junk. But I think because his dad and I are, high risk, he's kind of, his dad is not, too thrilled with the fact of him going back to school because, not only that, with the COVID, we got the monkey pox thing and all that good junk, and he's like, I don't want him to go. I don't think he should, tempt fate this year. And, I mean, Little Dude didn't want to go. I mean, he did, but he didn't. And I've got fuzz. And I don't know. Do I have... Nope. Thought I had. I guess not. Okay. So we're not tempting fate this year. So, I mean, and I know, whoops, sorry. Oops. Y'all don't need to see me. And this is not staying. I don't know what the deal is with this thing. Okay. Y'all didn't need to see my face. Anyway, my hand hit the camera. So he's kind of, I don't know how I put it. He's not, he knows, all right, here's the deal. He knows that if he doesn't do what he needs to do, he goes to school. Now, his father and I are kind of on the opposite sides of the fence with that, and which is fine. And I've had a lot of people say, well, why are you doing that? Why, why aren't you going to send him to in person? He's got to go at some point. I mean, even Justin has said this. And he's right, but, so this year, we'll see. And we'll see how it goes. I don't know. So he's all ready, but I did tell him, and he's going to be out here. He's using my computer this year because every time we tried to use the school computer, he had to use the school internet or the Board of Ed internet, and it was, it was sucky. So we're going to use this internet this year and, get that, and then why won't this, there we go. So, yeah, so I told him, I said, you can sit out here at my computer at my desk and do school. And with that being, I have to sit down and figure out when I record because, he has to be logged in for at least 2 or 3 hours every day. Just not, besides, in person or whatever you call it, being on the camera, he has to do schoolwork when he's not in Zoom class. So, he has to be logged in from like 9 o'clock in the morning till 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So I might end up recording videos like the night before, and then, except for the morning video, because I can do that before he gets up. I can get up at 6, which I usually do in the morning time when school starts, and I can, record that during the day or in the morning. And then the other videos I'm gonna have to figure out, because yeah, we'll see. We're gonna take the first week and just kind of go through it all and see what happens, and go from there. But yeah, so that's 2 weeks away, and he's like, ah. So he and I, we all, and granted, his dad doesn't live here, but he likes to be involved in those things and kind of know what's going on with him. So we're getting situated, and yeah, so we'll see. And but this, let's see what else. Did get some reading done, and I know I promised, and I keep telling y'all in my morning video that I'm gonna update my reading blog. And it's not that I keep forgetting. Over the weekend we had a cross stitch weekend Zoom, and with a friend of mine did, and it was kind of like I just didn't care. And I was like, yeah, I don't feel like doing this right now. I'd just rather sit here and stitch, because there are days that I would rather do that. So yeah. So Jennifer just didn't do diddly squat. I did work on this, and then I pulled out an old piece that I couldn't find. Now this is funny. This is one of my first heights that I ever started. And it's there are two, actually. I have Cleopatra, Queen of Egypt. That was the very first one I ever started. Then just Cleopatra by the same artist. So I knew that I had it. I just couldn't figure out where it was. I searched and I searched. Finally found it. And I was like, yeah, I'm pulling this out, and we're going to work on this, because, I have a row and a half done, and seriously, who wouldn't want to get it finished? So I, started on that. And one thing I forgot about, there's a lot of confetti in certain sections, and I was getting frustrated. I was really getting frustrated, because, Jennifer was like, and then I was working on her face, and I forgot where I left off on that part. And I sat there, and I was looking, and I was like, I don't even remember where I'm at on this part, because it's a pain in the butt. So then the other bad thing about the whole thing was, it's the large print version. Now, and I can't show you, but you have the regular size chart that you can get printed off. And then they have what's called large print, which would mean that they zoomed it in a little bit and then printed it off, and somehow did it. And that she's on the large. So as I was trying to do it on Pattern Keeper, because I have it on Pattern Keeper, I was totally lost. I'm sitting there looking at where I had gridded on the fabric, because it's on 18 count. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I did. I don't want to do this, and I'd hate to just sit here and just, kind of wing it, because Jennifer doesn't know what she's doing. So I just started a whole nother page. So instead of printing off, and usually I've done this the last couple of times. I've printed off the whole pattern or the whole chart, and I'm just going to print off the pages that I'm working on. So I printed off the 2 pages of the 3rd row, and that's what I'm doing this month all the way until the end of September. And you know, I like to stitch. Now, I've been asked this question a couple of times, if I stitch all day. Lately, yes, because number one, I'm not, I am working, but I'm not, if that makes any sense. I'm still studying. I am still helping my boss out with, admin stuff and so forth. And no, I'm not being paid for it, but not now. She's, wants me to focus on my, studying and stuff. But I'm kind of helping out with that. So, in between all that and the studying and doing, chores and stuff. And I've been asked this before, if I do stitch all day, and I feel like if I say yes, or, I don't want to be called lazy, because the last time I said that to somebody in a group on Facebook, I was told I was lazy and that I needed to get a job and so forth. And I don't even know what, and that bothered me. I mean, I've been told I stitch wrong, because when I started doing my Hayes intent stitching, excuse me, I was told that I was doing it wrong, that Hayes should not be stitched with tent stitch. And I felt, I was really, really depressed about that. And but yet there were other, stitchers that did do tent stitch. And this person that, put me down because of it, commented on these people that did do tent stitch, saying, oh, it's beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And it just came to a point where I let, this woman know how I felt about it. And I told her, I get it, that, there are people that do it. I do it. I mean, I stitch some Hayes, full cross. And I said, but lately I've been seeing a lot of people in, stitch Hayes and tent stitch. And I said, and the people that I see do that, you comment on how beautiful their work is. And I said, but yet you want to come here and, make, be all judgy towards me. And I ended up just not talking to this person anymore. And I'm going to be honest, some people in the stitching community, and I'm not saying this, it's a bad thing, but we were talking about it over the weekend. There are some stitchers who are very, 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 very snobby. They treat other people, if they don't like the way you stitch, if they don't like you personally, they treat you like crap. And I have been, bullied and everything in stitching community on Yahoo. When there were groups on Yahoo before it became, before everybody moved to Facebook. And yes, I'm showing my age. So it was, I try to make friends, but I've noticed, and I've had people, come at me and bully me because, I don't have a whole lot of friends that I chat with or I talk to on Facebook or in Messenger, blah, 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 blah. It's stupid stuff. I mean, yes, granted, would I like to be able to do that? Of course I would. But, and I've tried to, because even when Yahoo Messenger was around, I was friends with people and I did message them, but it got to a point where, because they were snobby, they didn't want, to deal with it. So, yeah, it's, it is what it is. I don't have, I do have friends that I talk to in, chat groups and stuff, but do I have stitching friends that I talk to, a couple of times a week? No. Well, maybe one, but no. So, I don't, and I'm not and I mean, to be truthful, it is what it is, and it doesn't really upset me. But I just, people that are that judgmental, just really, really irk me. And, I don't know. It just makes me not want to be friends with people. And, it is what it is. But, would I love to, have people that, chatted with me about reading and stitching and so forth? Sure. But, I don't go out and be a pain in people's, asses and say, okay, you have to be friends with me and you have to talk to me every single day. That's not Jennifer. I'm just not like that. I mean, and I mean, I don't know. But, yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to get onto that little tangent. That was not meant to happen. Sorry, guys. I was not meant to do that. So, and I know we're talking about reading, and I got all off on topic. I did do, I have not updated blog. I will do it. I wanted to do it today, but, and I was planning to do it today, but since I don't have, since my plans have changed and little dude doesn't have his doctor's appointment today, I am going to spend the afternoon stitching and listening to a book on text-to-speech. Okay, text-to-speech. I like it, but then again, I don't. The advantages are it's cool. I like it. But the disadvantage is I get it, but the people that are recording or doing the text-to-speech, they sound robotic. Okay? And regardless. So I switched it to the woman that is, British, and it still sounds a little robotic, and I want to know if this is even possible to do, if there's a way that you can go on to, when you go on Amazon, if there's a way that you can make a suggestion to them about that, because I think if they're going to have somebody do that, at least make it sound, and I'm not saying make it sound like the people that, like the narrators that do Audible, but make it sound, more human. I guess that's the word I want to use. I mean, granted, it's nice, and I ended up, because I had a hard time yesterday hearing it. I had to grab Justin's headphones because he doesn't use the plug-in headphones anymore. He has a Bluetooth headphone that he uses, and so I had to grab those, and not only that, I think they should they should add it on all Kindles because my Kindle Paperwhite, I don't have it. So I had to steal my Skylar's Kindle Fire, which he doesn't read very much, but I stole it, and I was using that. So yeah, it's just there's a lot of disadvantages and advantages to that, and it was nice to be able to sit and one of the books that I need to review, listen to it on text to speech. So, and I'm really enjoying it. It's called, the book I'm listening to now that I'm reviewing, is called Cleopatra's Vendetta. And I really thought it was about Cleopatra, but it's not. I mean, it starts off, they do, I guess, where she died, and her and Mark Anthony died or whatever, and it goes into that, and how he died, and then I guess she died at the same, right after him, and so forth. And it was really interesting because I didn't know that. It was kind of cool. But so the way I'm understanding this, and I'm going to go get my phone because I have it on my phone, and I'll tell you what it's about. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Let's see. Where is it? There it is. This is what it's about. It says, born a goddess, Cleopatra died a prisoner, but the cobra's deadly kiss was just the beginning. Italy, present day, think tank special ops leader Timothy Stryker and his wife Angie, a self-made CEO, haven't exactly always seen eye to eye. They take a much-needed Italian holiday, but it comes to a shocking end when Angie and their daughter are kidnapped. Stryker is desperate to rescue Angie and reconcile their differences, and he works to locate the captor's lair, and he discovers the kidnappers are behind a string of recent assassinations and attempting another high-profile hit, but then he learns their plans for his only remaining child. And I'm still trying to figure out what that is because, and it's like I said, I'm at the very beginning, I'm like in the, I forget what chapter I'm on now. And I'm at the part where he is, searching for his daughter and his wife. And, they are being held prisoner somewhere in some kind of a cave, and I'm trying. It hasn't told me what is what the deal is with daughter. I'm still trying to figure that out, and okay. So, yeah. So, I'm going to sit down and this afternoon and listen. No, today's TV day. I'm going to do TV. And tomorrow and listen. I may, listen to it in between, because I'm one of these ones that if I don't like an episode on whatever show I'm watching, I listen to a book during that episode. I know, I'm weird, right? I'm strange that way. I do put on the TV when I do have a book that I'm listening to, and sometimes it's just for background noise. I'm weird that way. Don't ask me why. I don't know why I do that. I have no idea, to be truthful. I don't know. But I do. And so yeah, that is the one I'm reading now with text to speech. And let's see. I'm getting ready to also start. Where is it? What happened to? Um, hmm. I have totally. I don't even know. There's one I'm getting ready to read. It's called Next in Line, and I'm not really sure about that one. And because I'm trying. I don't even remember what it's about, but that's the next one. So that those two need to be reviewed. And was listening to this weird one. Oh my God, it's called Empire, and it sounded good and all. And I was like, okay. I think it's partly because the narrator was British, and I just couldn't. I couldn't get into it, and it sounded good, and I was like, yeah, okay. So Jennifer didn't finish that one, but geez, what else is gonna happen this week or tomorrow, or what happened last week? I'm going back over my planner and looking at what happened last week, because Jennifer does not flip and remember. I told you, I'm getting old. I can't remember every darn thing. Oh, I did start writing down. I don't even remember if I talked about this or not. I did start writing down the shows that are coming on this fall. And I'm gonna be honest, I am not a TV person or a. Well, no, I can't say that. Yes, I like to watch TV. I don't watch many shows on regular TV, just because lately there's not been a whole lot to watch. I know, right? It's and not only that, the shows that I like to watch don't come on until 9-10 o'clock at night, and by that time I'm usually trying to go back and read in my room. Now I could probably put them on back in the bedroom, but I'm not sure if my antenna is hooked to the TV back there. So it's kind of one of those things where, like NCIS, they have one that I did not get to watch. I don't get to watch NCIS Hawaii. That's one I don't get to watch, and that comes on at 10 o'clock at night. And by that time, I'm usually either in bed or again reading in bed, one of the two. And I don't get to sit and watch it. So and ever since they moved NCIS to Mondays, it's very difficult to watch it because I'm just, it's hard. I guess that's the word I want to say. It's hard. It's to, remember, oh yeah, it doesn't come on Tuesdays anymore. And, so yeah, it's just one of those things. And like on Wednesday, is it Wednesdays? I have to look. Wednesdays on, no, Tuesdays on CBS, all of the FBI's come on. Now, I'm not a big fan of the original FBI series that started first. I just couldn't get into that one too much. And I haven't really watched the International, FBI International, and that's one of the shows that I have down that I need to sit down and watch, because I don't really watch it. And Most Wanted. Now, I like Most Wanted, but the only problem is 10 o'clock at night. And Jennifer's, I mean, I could probably sit out here and watch it and, read in between, during the commercials. But then again, um, yeah. So, it does make it hard. And I mean, like at night, Chicago PD, I don't get to watch that because it comes on at 10 o'clock at night, and I have to wait until the next day, and I go on Peacock and watch it because I can't. I'm, I'm an early. I go to bed early, according to some people. So yeah. So they have a couple new shows coming out. There was one. It's about firefighters, and I can't remember what it's called. Um, Shoot, I don't remember. There's a new police one. It's called East New York, and it's got Jimmy Smits in it. And haven't decided. I'm gonna watch it when it comes on. I'm gonna see what it's about, and we'll go from there and see whether or not I like it, because I don't know. I haven't got that far yet because I don't know when it comes out, and I've tried to look for it, and it's not showing when it's going to come out. And I do need to catch up on Walking Dead because the show's over, and I'm kind of trying to catch up because they are getting ready to let out the new spinoff, which is what is it called? Escape to New York, something like that, with Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Lauren Cohen. So I'm kind of wanting to, see how that ended. See how Walking Dead ended, so that I can be prepared. And then they got a new Walking Dead that has Terry Crews in it. Okay, really? I don't know if I want to watch that. I did watch some of the preview. I watched the trailer on YouTube, and I was just like, I don't know. I mean, I get it. The Walking Dead, franchise is huge, but really, I don't know. It's one of those, I guess I have to sit and watch it because I'm not sure what that deal is. It's okay. We'll see. So, oh my, okay. I did better than I thought I was going to do. I may, do Stitch with Me's. I don't know. We'll see. Because I'm having a lot to talk about. I'm trying to think what else is going on before I say bye to people. But, yeah, so really didn't do a whole lot last weekend. There wasn't a whole lot, let's see. If you all like the Stitch with Me's, I know a lot of people view them, and if you like the Stitch with Me, and there's a lot of likes on it and a lot of views, then I'll continue this. I wasn't going to do these anymore because I never have anything to talk about. Well, obviously, I have a lot to talk about. But I may just do them once a month. We'll see. Okay, guys, I will end this here. I hope everybody has a good week. And I will see everybody next time. Now, next Tuesday, hopefully, the Storytime video will be back up. And I will tell you now that tomorrow is True Crime. And, right? Yeah. tomorrow Thursday is True Crime. One of those days. And I will be doing stitching with that. I'm also, and the reason I say that I may do Stitch with me's every month is because I'm going to do a stitching live. I will do a Stitch with Me live every Friday. I mean, it's just, I don't know. So I haven't been able to do one for the last couple of weeks just because, you know, internet issues or other things. So I will schedule it today and do Stitch with Me. I don't diamond paint much anymore, guys. Not because I don't want to. I just, it's one of those things where I guess the novelty has worn off, and not only that, I've missed, so I can't find some of my extra drills for some of these projects, so I have to go searching. Yeah. So, that's it. I'm done. I'm done running my mouth. So I hope everybody has a great week. If you all, you know, like the video, please hit like. And please stay safe. Have a great week. And I will see everybody next time.